Hola, estudiantes. This video is about using past participles as adjectives. In English, we use past participles usually by ending the ed, ending the verb with an ed, unless the verb is irregular. The article is published, so it's taking the verb to publish and adding an ed. The ovens are fixed. That's taking the verb to fix and adding an ed. And of course, in English, we have irregulars too, like we don't say the plate is broked. We say the plate is broken. And there's irregulars in Spanish as well, which I'll get to later on in this video. In Spanish, we form past participles in two different ways. If the verb ends in an AR, you'll change the AR to ado. So for example, the verb arreglar, the participle is arreglado. So arreglar means to fix, and arreglado means fixed or repaired. For ER and IR verbs, we take off the ER or IR and change it to ido. So the verb esconder, which ends in an ER, becomes escondido for the participle. Esconder means to hide. So escondido happens to be irregular in English. It means hidden. And then the verb pedir, to ask for or to order, the participle is pedido. So pedir is to ask for, pedido is asked for or ordered, like the meal was ordered. Now, take a moment and pause, and if you don't know what any of these three words mean, make sure you write down their definitions. I'll say them one more time. To fix, to hide, and to order or ask for. Fixed, hidden, ordered. When used as an adjective, these participles must agree in gender and in number. Let me show you an example with the verb arreglar, which means to fix. El horno está arreglado. The oven is fixed. Oven is masculine singular ending. Los hornos están arreglados. The ovens are fixed. Los hornos is plural masculine. Arreglados needs to be plural masculine to match. La ducha está arreglada. The shower is fixed. Feminine. Las duchas están arregladas. The showers are fixed. Feminine plural with feminine plural. So make sure you make these adjectives agree in gender and number. Also, please note how a star was conjugated differently either in the L form or in the ellos form, depending on the subject of the sentence. And just like when we learn any new way to change a verb, there are always some irregulars. I happen to have a song for you for memorizing the irregulars. I think it's a lot easier to memorize something when you have a song. And the song goes like this. Abierto, dicho, hecho, puesto, escrito, visto, vuelto, cubierto, roto, resuelto, no he muerto por los perfectos. So that's the song that we can use to memorize the irregulars. I'm going to go over the verbs and their definitions. Please write the definitions down, especially if you don't know the verb. Abrir, to open. Abierto, open. Decir, to say or to tell. Dicho, said, told. Hacer, to do or to make. Hecho, done, made. Poner, to put, to place. Puesto, put, placed. Escribir, to write. Escrito, written. Ver, to see, visto, seen. Volver, to return, vuelto, returned. Cubrir, to cover, cubierto, covered. Romper, to break, roto, broken. Resolver, to resolve, resuelto, resolved. Morir, to die, muerto, dead. There's a couple others that are not in the song that are a little less common, but add them to your irregulars list. Imprimir, the irregular is the participle is impreso. Imprimir means to print. Impreso would mean printed. Y freír is to fry. The participle is frito, fried, which you actually already know that word. You learned papas fritas in Español Uno. And there's also two others that are irregular, devolver and descubrir, but those are actually in the song. Volver and cubrir are and they're irregular in the same way. You just add the de or the des. So those are like two more, but they're really not two more because they're in the song. Now take a pause, and I want you to write down what song this song reminds you of, besides the irregular participle song. I'll sing it to you one more time. Abierto, dicho, hecho, puesto, escrito, visto, vuelto, cubierto, roto, resuelto, no he muerto por los perfectos. Have you ever heard that tune before? Write down what it reminds you of. Here's your check for understanding. Número 1. La mesa está cubrir con una tela. Número 2. La lechería no está abrir hoy. Número 3. Las tapas ya están pedir. Y número 4. Las puertas están pintar de color gris. So you're going to change all 4 of these verbs into participles, and you're going to make sure that they match with the gender and the number of the thing or things being described. Let's check your answers. La mesa está cubierta con una tela. Cubrir is on your irregulars list. La lechería no está abierta hoy. Abrir is also on your irregulars list. Las tapas ya están pedidas. Pedir is a regular verb. Ir goes to ido, but you need to change it feminine and plural. Número 4. Las puertas están pintadas de color gris. Pintar is a regular AR verb, so AR goes to ado, but you need to change it to feminine plural to match las puertas. And then number 5 in your check for understanding, I want you to write out what one of these sentences mean. And I want you to do this by your last name. If your last name is A through E, translate number 1. If your last name is F through J, translate number 2. If your last name is K through R, translate number 3. If your last name starts with S or Z, translate number 4. I will see you soon. Hasta luego.